Well, they're taking a little page out of the AEW playbook now because now we're talking about friendship over on Raw too. Because the open of the show on this is October 16th was Sami Zayn coming out and doing an in-ring promo. And he's like, he's conflicted. He's kind of down. He's very sad. He's all alone. Kevin Owens has gone to SmackDown. Oh, the humanity. But now Sammy gets to stand on his own 2 feet and he can prove that he's, a contender. He could have been a contender, Brian. He's a world title level kind of guy. But Kevin Owens is no longer on Raw because Jey Uso came to Raw. And he's down about this because it took him and Kevin their entire lives to get there. And our tag team title reign was tainted by dealing with the Judgment Day. And now the Judgment Day have the title shot tonight. But I also want to thank the fans. I mean, gloom, despair, and agony, oh me, deep, dark depression, excessive misery. He lost his friend and now he's friendless. And the Judgment Day's music plays. And they come out and laugh that he's all alone, and they talk in turn. Dominic gets booed. Rhea ends it up. And then they're going to beat the shit out of Sammy. And suddenly Jey Uso's music plays, and he comes in with 2 chairs and hands one to Sammy, and they're standing off the heels, and the heels say, well, fuck it. They leave. And that was 12 minutes. And then after the break...
Did you think someone else was going to run out there when it was just the 2 of them with the chairs?
Well, I was hoping...
Did you think Cody was going to run out there?
Again, I mean, do I want them to start the show the same way that they always start it, which is everybody running out and getting in a fight? Or do I want them to start it the way they did here, which is some people coming out, but nobody getting in a fight and everybody just walking off? I don't know. Is it the gas chamber or the electric chair? What about if goddamn they started a different way every once in a while? But that's the thing, is that there's Dominic, there's Priest, there's Finn, and there's Rhea, for that matter. And here's Jay and here's Sammy with 2 chairs. Well, goddamn, if they were that intent on beating people up, the 3 or 4 of them could go get 3 or 4 chairs. But they just left.
So what exactly happened? Nick Aldis signed Kevin Owens away from Raw, or he made a trade to get... How did he end up there that Sammy's so upset that he's there, he didn't even have an option to go with him? How did this transaction take place?
Well, wait. First, Cody brought Jey Uso to...
That's right.
Raw.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
He made that arrangement somehow, but it was never said, well, there's got to be a tit for the tat, as they say. But then later on, a week or 2 or later, however long later, well, if he came here, somebody's got to go there. Not really. When they did the trade, remember, they took people in groups of fucking 5 from one side to the other. It wasn't even in terms of numerical living, breathing bodies. But then they announced that afterwards and kind of slipped it in, so maybe people would think, oh, it was always supposed to be that way. So now they apparently just took this guy against his will away. They were the tag team champions, but we're going to break up that team. We're going to take this guy away from his partner against his will and put him over on the other TV show where he'll be on the network show that's seen by a bunch more people. No wonder Sammy's pissed.
That's something they should do. They should have like a Kurt Flood, a guy who refuses the trade. I'm not going there. I didn't sign a contract to go wrestle there. You can't treat me like this and just trade me wherever you want.
There you go.
But no, instead Kevin Owens is there, and now we got angry, emoting Sami Zayn, and more of him right now, right?
Well, he's going to emote some more emoting because they come back from the break and they're in the back, and Jay is trying to befriend him and, say, I'm with you, whatever the fine. Sammy's not sure. It should be Kevin. I'm thinking that the next thing he's going to say is Adam. But then as Jay walks off, Sammy thinks better of it. And he runs up, Jay, and he apologizes. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, remember when the goddamn baby faces in wrestling were heroes and knew exactly what they were fucking thinking and didn't take shit off people and tried to fight for the fans and the American way or whatever the fuck, instead of these neurotic, friendless little twits that we've got now that nobody would want to be like? Just a thought. But anyway, I wrote that this was AEW like, although the performances were more professional. What'd you think? Do you remember now?
I wouldn't say it's AEW. I did watch this part. I wouldn't say it was AEW like, because it actually works. Because that's the big difference. When the fans are actually invested in it, it really works. And it's not completely over the top cheesy. You know, you can't compare Sami and...
This is being done seriously and the performances are good. It's kind of the same subject matter. If it's the difference between a high school play of The Man Who Came to Dinner and the actual movie with Monty Woolley.
The ridiculous part of everything right here backstage, for instance, with Jey Uso and Sami, is that there's a cameraman standing there literally running with him. And he's never referenced or looked at or acknowledged. They don't look into the camera, none of that. In AEW, like the Adam Cole, Roddy Strong stuff, there's a cameraman there seemingly for days on end, filming these nonstop childish exploits that are unentertaining and unfunny.
With slow motion face making.
Yeah, and then trying to turn it into The Hangover or something, and it's horrible. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. Even if you don't like the acting in wrestling, it's not a fair comparison.
All right, I'm suitably chastened, and I take it back. There was similarity in the subject matter, but a difference of professionalism in how it was handled on a variety of levels. How's that?
That's pretty good.
Well, there you go.
Have you thought about working in wrestling? That was pretty good, sir.
Well, I'm just trying to tell